Privilege is something that you earn. You don't steal it. You don't lie to get it. You don't take it from someone else. Someone who's actually earned the privilege by working hard, by doing what it takes and having what it takes to get the privilege of doing, saying, or having that thing. Just because you have a lack of melanin doesn't mean that you have privilege. But unfortunately, we live in the United States of America. And because 60+% of the population has a lack of melanin, they have privilege. The privilege to rob banks, steal from United States citizens, steal from the government, not pay taxes, evade paying taxes, lie to federal prosecutors, lie to everyone, and get a smack on the wrist. Because why? They have privilege. Now, I can't do that because I have too much melanin, of course. But mostly, probably not mostly, because I don't have money. And lots of it. Ridiculous amounts of money. And I'm not a crook. Now, if I was a crook and I had a lack of melanin, I could do whatever I want. But since I don't have that, I have to follow the rules. I have to earn the privilege to do things. And anytime I do not follow the rules, I lose the privilege to do things. Because I have melanin. If I had a lack of melanin, I could always do those things later on. I might get a smack on the wrist. But later on I can still do those things that I was told that I couldn't do before because I temporarily lost my privileges. But because I have a lack of melanin, I'll get to do it again later. Take for instance Paul Manafort. Once again, robbed people blind. He's a criminal. But he has a lack of melanin. Therefore, less than 4 years, he'll be back out on the street. Like nothing ever happened. Spending the millions of dollars that he embezzled from people like me and you, from banks that we will have to pay the money back to out of our taxes. Things like that. But he has a lack of melanin. He's got that privilege. So he can do whatever he wants to do. It's just the way it is, right? Some people will say no, it has nothing to do with it. But unfortunately today, a bunch of rich people decided that they were going to pay people off to get their kids who weren't smart enough to pass an entrance exam to get into a school. More than 50 of them. But you know what's going to happen to them because they have the privilege? Nothing. Nothing. There will be a lot of agents running around and cops serving stuff and people on television having ties and suits on, standing in front of podiums, making all kind of grand gestures and speeches and stuff. But nothing's going to happen to these people because they have that privilege. They have a lack of melanin. So they'll always have the privilege for nothing to happen to them. It's just the way it seems to be. That 60% runs the country. And that 60% seems to not have a lot of melanin. So therefore you and I have to follow the rules. And we have to pay the price for these people doing the things that they do. Multi-millionaires cheating to get their kids in schools that we have to earn the right to go to. Our kids have to earn the right to go to. Now there's some kids out there, teenagers, college bound, who can't go to college now because they've been robbed by these jackasses' parents. Because they cheated. Because they used their privilege of being the 60% without melanin to be able to send their kids to school because they have money to be able to pay for someone to cheat for them to go to these nice schools and take your kid who worked hard to get into that school out of that school because they have that privilege and you don't. So the next time someone tells you that, racism, it's just made up, it's a lie. Next time someone tells you that there's no such thing as white privilege, show them this. Not hard. Google it It's there. White privilege is real. Anyway, enough of my ramblings. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and subscribing. Please don't forget to hit the bell down below so that you get notifications for when I post new videos. And once again, have a great evening.